Hello, my last gamer. Welcome to the video. I just wanted to let you know I do have a Discord and a Twitter if you ever want to interact with me or say hi or have a conversation. And if you ever want to catch these videos live, head over to my Twitch and my Kick and come hang out. I sometimes don't talk. That's unfortunately one of my mini quirks. Is my inability to formulate thoughts as my brain focuses in on what I'm doing, and then I'll just forget to speak. So I'm always up to hang out and chat with anyone that stops by. So hope you enjoyed the video. And I don't even need to take a break. I can just continue on. Just wanted to cut up the video real quick. Drink some of my tea, and now we're going to scrap as much data out of the system. Yeah, I'll have you scavenge for supplies. I can pull out fuel whenever I need it. So I technically only need enough fuel to get back to Darkside, which I already technically have enough fuel. Because we need to hang out here and grab as much data as we can. Because I think it's like 6 or 8. Can't fucking remember. Their flicker of the dark room, waking numbness falls soon after. Wake slowly, staring out the flickers across the stars. Belt. You let the fear or panic wash over you. They pass like soft dust. The belt disappearing in the darkness. You find yourself once more. Every morning, as you do, you continue cycle after cycle until you can't. Wonder what part of you has changed. The system's failing. Your frame is silent. Complaints only felt ambiguous sensations. The glitches seem random and unpredictable, but inevitable. They'll only increase in number until you repeat yourself. You don't know what lies beyond that. At least their glitches are dependently familiar. Reboot is anything but. Got one more day out here. I think I have 10 data is enough fucking data for... So we're gonna head back to Darkside. I need to feed the cat. Feed the cat. Feed the cat. Much of the last day, crates guided up out of the Caravis Bow safe house. I doubt it'll be long before the space is filled. The dark side will not tire of vacuum for long. The city takes every opportunity its inhabitants will build every crack and crevice. Bow's spaces are cleared. They'll be occupied. The gang's legacy will be buried under factories, kitchens, markets, and housing, but people will remember the cold, desperate grip they once held its place, even if the city does not. Come to gloat, the voice takes you by surprise, and you turn to see 𝓢𝓵𝓮, floating in the shadows, arms folded. He drifts forward, full of light. You overthrew a tyrant. You should be pleased with yourself. Its tone's flat. Your eyes read a statement. Wasn't just me. Many people did this. I suppose 𝓢𝓵𝓮 eyes you, but from what I heard, you burnt those pale eyes out of his skull. He smiles a thin smile. I imagine it was quite the sight. I don't recall the moment of Lane's death. In fact, the abstract nature of that moment's almost dreamlike. It means you had almost forgotten. You tense a little as his scream comes back to you, the screech of white noise bathed in white light. Owen's still watching. He almost would have respected you. He almost would have respected you for you actually doing it, or inspect his novel. If he could have respected a creature like you. You want. Owen grins, just to satisfy my curiosity. I came here to clear out this old disease, just like you. Owen gestures to the space. Bo had to go, and I came here to be part of that process. You can't burn everyone you don't like out of the place, I'm afraid. Owen folds his arm. This is our home, whether you like it or not. I didn't like Lane. It's hard to imagine anyone did. He saw Darkside for the opportunity it was, and woke Bo from its slumber. He turned a gang into administration and a city into a machine. He was too erratic for my taste, perhaps, but he held the place and shaped it into something. I can see you have no intention of doing the same. So what will happen now? Or meets your guy. Create a space, and it must be filled. Will you take responsibility for that? Are you saying you should be you? The question is, will you say otherwise? Owen glances at you. I've been here longer than you, longer than Lane. This is my city. By asking for your permission, I just want a measure of a sleeper that put down Lane. Owen shakes his head. But I can see that you're just a machine. In the end, I should thank you. The city was done with Lane, or give you a nod. And I will be honest to admit that you did what I didn't. But never forget that you're an outsider here, and Darkseid hates outsiders. Before you can respond, Owen kicks off and glides up to the upper levels of the safe house, leaving you alone in the empty space. Though you do not put any weight in his words, they still sing. Perhaps you think there's something to them. Who are you to decide the future of the city? Your own future is falling apart each cycle. In your decline of a spiral that can trap others in its wake, is it really a transition? The crisis before is a new shape to emerge. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 close to side. Coldness stripped bare, the safe house ascends once more. Time to go tell Junji I have her data. First, I'm go to the bar. Tiny Kinta's Corner is a tiny booth built in a cramped alley selling the best 𝓢𝓽𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻, or at least the 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 claims so. I only needed 6. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 needs one final batch of solid data completed work in the mainframe and lay the foundations for her archive. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻's thankful data. I have everything I have prepared. Just give me a moment. You've been waiting what feels like a long time. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 insists you can't help. So you find yourself floating the banks of the heat of Hap mainframe as she taps away at the terminal. I beg to fucking differ. I have more skill than you at interfacing. I am a fucking sleeper. What do you mean I can't help? I guess it might just be a personal project thing. As you can't help shake the feeling that the presence is nearby. You come to understand is some sort of remnant of the observer. You don't know if observer was really ever a person, but you do. But now, the many selves combine and disperse, their consciousness expanding to fill the vastness of its network. There surely aren't even close to human anymore. You think of them as a ghost, but perhaps they're better understood as something less mournful, a system, a process, a thing, becoming the entire station is its body. Can't but to wonder how it feels. Are we? And we are ready. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 hits the key on her terminal progressive force. It'll take a little time, but she'll be online in a few moments. She looks flustered with excitement. I thought this was an archive. Weren't you listening last time? Don't tell me you drifted off. I was thinking about the overseer. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 shakes her head. You don't know. Suddenly, she looks concerned. Voice screeches out of the terminal. It descends into pitch, squeals, speaking, and then below the mainframe, a flickering projection appears for the first time, and then a solid light. Oh, hey! She brought back the fucking warden! Welcome, visitors. Warden flickers. I am the warden. Please provide... The image jerks and freezes and blinks out. Shit. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 taps her terminal. Just need to reconfigure for 𝓥𝓵's environment. How's this possible? I found her, or at least the iteration of her, and what took from the bunker. Don't worry, 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 glances over her shoulder. I've taken precautions. She can't hurt us. The technician is right. Warden clips her voice to the cavernous mainframe bay. My protocols are operating under safe mode limitations. Warden blinks. Blind eyes stare out over your head. Don't be concerned, Officer Dashi. So I'll fix that. What about the archive? Warden is our archive. She can sort through data as an access interface. Answer queries, visits, 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 smiles. Come on. You know, you have to admit this is pretty cool. You look over the statuesque figure of the warden. Once at the heart of Solheim's intelligence gathering operation across the belt, is such a tool of corporate oversight be used as something for good? Look, watch this. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 turns to the warden. Warden provides the last known location of every Solheim vessel above Ruger class in the starboard belt. Immediately, technician. Warden draws the circle of pointed finger towards the expanse. Bright specks. First hundreds of thousands of constellation sites. See? 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻, this is our future, built upon the foundation of the past. These tools are now ours. Look at the arc specs. The points of light describing shapes of long-dead corporation power. This is fucking incredible! Like, honestly, having this information of all these old facilities definitely could kickstart the industry of the belt. This is incredible. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 smiles. It is. People know what the city is. The system is built on. Warden can do that. Expose that. Be up to us to reshape the ruins into something new. I knew when I saw her that I couldn't leave her there alone in the dark. I've been in that dark pit. I won't condemn another being to it. 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻 looks at the placid warden. Human or not, how we treat her is a test of our own values. Of the world we project. Data is not currency, it's not a commodity. It is the immediate output of the system, a structure of society. Gingy meets your eye. This will be a place to uncover the system for ourselves. She looks around. Chaotic trailing wires of the flowing terminals. Once I've cleared up a bit, she laughs. You and Gingy spend a little longer with the mainframe, sorting cables, offering warden categories. All the useful information. Gingy begins listing out the changes she will need to make. After a while, you both find yourself tiring, heads aching from all the fresh information you've crammed into them, so you close up the core and ascend back to the layers of the facility of DarkSafe service. As you do, feel the history of each strata layer that makes it the place, the belt and beyond, now more than ever. It feels tangible to you, as if contained not only the past, but the promise of the future as well. Alright! We only have one thing left. We need to reboot ourselves. Let's see if we die. Got 2 glitches out of 6, so hopefully it's fine. You need to be rebooted. Any chance of surviving. But the outcome is unclear. The step means a big change no matter what happens. But outside the shop, Bliss is set up. So your friend turns the coin over to his... You turn Seraphim's coin over in your hands. You are ready. You turn Seraphim's coin over and over in your fingers as you stand in the flicker row. Crowds pushing past their way to whatever future awaits them. Your fingers glide over the worn metal as you imagine Seraphim's have, Tala's have, in moments of anticipation. Perhaps others, before this coin came to be, Tala's, have repeated the same ritual, same nervous routine. But the fingers were human, born, not made. This intrusive thought makes you slip the coin into your pocket quickly, as if to deliver it from a shock. You hear a hiss. The door, the shop slides open, revealing Eka. You see her eyes scan the crowd almost defensively before she spots there and nods you in the direction. Hi! She looks around for a moment, then approaches you. She looks tired, but her stubborn facade bubbles up under the surface. Bliss is waiting for you. She nods back towards the shop, which I guess is why you're hanging around here nervous. How you feeling? He smiles at your attempt to buy more time. Keeping busy, working with the ex-Bo faction that's trying to keep the place stable, getting they have to. She shrugs. I recommend it. Annika looks away, signs of flicker reflecting in her eyes. I remember I owe you an explanation. I promised to tell you why I wanted Bo out if he managed to. She shakes her head. I guess I'm not very good with my promises. How did you? She is staring at the signs. I grew up here, sleeper. You know that? She doesn't wait for an answer. After I came to the belt, after Bliss and I, she pauses, not wanting to say it. When I had nothing left, this is where I came. And when I got here, my home was gone. She grimaces. Those Bo bastards had destroyed it, strangled the life out of it. I was looking for something to fight to fight for my own terms. Darkseid became that for me. She sighs. That's all you're getting. Promise kept. She looks over her shoulder. Look, Bliss won't be happy if they saw me out here chatting you up while you're already late for your appointment. She smiles to herself. I don't need more reasons for Bliss to be unhappy with me. She grabs you by the shoulders and steers you towards the shop's entrance. I'll catch you after. Don't worry. She pushes you towards the door and away, disappearing into the light of the flicker row. Take a final step, and then you wheel yourself inside, leaving glimmers of lights and the shifting crowd behind. Bliss perched at the console turned to enter. Finally. They smile weakly. You were making me think you wouldn't show. I saw... And... Oh yes, Bliss looks away. We're talking again. She has what to do, and she needs... and she needs the backup. I don't think Anna does very well unless she's busy, so it's for the best. Bliss shrugs. I don't think she'll ever change, but people will surprise you sometimes. They smile tentatively. Anyway, this is not what you're here for. We need to focus on the reboot. I'm sure 𝓤𝓵𝓮 told you, but everything's ready. Bliss gestures toward the couches with straps and a bundle of wires. I hope everything will be comfortable for you both. Where's Flint? I was just getting some air. Flint leans in the doorway, watching you both. Their pale face. I feel like they should, I feel like he should have a different thing, but like be a little more patched up from her working on him. Their pale face looks even more drained than the color usual. Flint comes inside the shop and nods to you. Let's do this. They take a shaky breath. I'm ready. Flint and Bliss go silent. The sound of crowds outside filter gently into the room, mixing the whine of the air cycler, the hum of the terminals. There's not much more to say. Bliss looks at you both. Okay. They pause. Let's begin. Bliss helps you and Flint onto your couches. You settle there, the side, arm, and legs under the straps to keep you in place. The connector, with its thick bundle of wires, wave above your head. It's not hard to feel exposed, lying here on your back, anticipating what to come. It's even harder when the memory of waking up at this very ceiling, with its bundles of dangling tech and scratched plating, forces itself into your mind. You have been here before. Last time you woke up to fear and panic. Woke up to a desperate escape, a shattered mind, a reboot interrupted. The thought sets you trembling. But then again, you staring at the ceiling, trembling dissipates. After all, you're back here now. That means you survived the crisis, grew up from it, you took a hit and bounced back unbeaten. All good here? Bliss floats in front of your vision. All good. Bliss smiles. How about you, Flint? Turn over to see Flint lying beside, still and stiff. They manage to tight-lip nod. You look at Flint, staring at the ceiling like you were a moment ago. You feel a rush of sympathy. After all, they haven't faced this like you have before. They haven't faced this before like you have. Stepping into a future they cannot see. You've been here before, but now they're completing the journey. Reach out to Flint. Raise an arm, reach out across, and grab the gap between the couches. Hand touches Flint's. They do not look at you, but they grip your fingers and theirs tightly. Flint's fingers feel different from a human's. Thick vinyl skin, the repaired patches, the pressure of the metal skeleton beneath. You know that your touch feels like two, and the recognition of the connection that is being made. You close your eyes and feel something flowing between the two of you, a solidarity so embodied that reverberates within you. Connecting you to the terminal, Bliss' voice already feels distance lost in the noise. You feel a cold click of a connector, the sense of data flowing. I'll be here when you wake up. In the dark, you feel restless. You shuffle your fingers. You gesture your position against the couch. It takes you a moment to notice that the sun is gone, the rumble of the crowds, the hum of the machines. You tell and settle you, so you search for reassurance. Think of Bliss's words. I'll be here when you wake up. You will refocus on them, on the possibility of waking up and somehow being renewed. Well, what would renewal look like? Your eyes blink into the lights. Flicker row, Bliss, 𝓤𝓵𝓮, renewed Flint beside you. Then, it might be Darkseid. Because now with Bo gone, Darkseid's free, essentially. And it's the most developed place. Because it would be fun to travel, but I feel like Darkseid would be a better place. Station, yes, with its throngs of thousands, where also the heart of the starboard belt as it transforms. Put yourself in the city station, just outside the door, perhaps among the bright signs or higher, on one of the ramshackle towers that look down on the ceaseless flow of Darkside. The possibilities make themselves known to you. The neon paths curl and split, branch across. You choose one. Can I... What happens if I choose my mind? You refuse a choice, you shift thought. This is not your future. Travel! Straight the Vector's landing. Why stop now? Where is there? The belt? Somewhere else. I'm gonna change my mind again. Dark side. Cadet and the couriers? Yes, the path flies by. You drag it along. At the moment, you reach out and grasp it. As a dispatch, a custom bike, even Cadet blazing through the dark side like a bolt, so you can feel air ripping through your clothes and the thrill of mystery. Dark side is waiting to be built, and the couriers of the city never knew, they needed. At a good pace and faster network signal, chance to build something where others might channel their instincts and look back over something productive. Image of Cadet flipping their bike into the rack. You stand up, send a package to a fresh writer. Brave talk, brash laughter, future. Something small, something shared. The idea makes you tremble with excitement. Not just to fulfill it, but to see it made in the city. Then you feel it, an insisting pull thread. The unraveling of yourself. Reboot comes slow, icy seeps into your mind. Little pieces of you flake off the flow, fading at distance. You hear a voice, bliss voice. So far away, you reach for it. You stretch every sense towards the familiar one. I'm starting the reboot. The whisper in the wind. See you on the other side. All of a sudden, you wish you couldn't make it stop. The incandescent entropy of time, the trembling of rocks through space, getting further apart each cycle, disappearing in the vacuum ahead. Decaying cells, the deterioration of code, corrosion and rot of rust. You wish this moment freeze all, but hang out onto it, preserve the warmth, the light, softness at the heart of things. That thought grips you, tears into you like a fear. You feel an icy grip that you know everything will be lost, but not now, not in mere moments away. But then you feel it, an impossibility. Seraph's coin worn smooth, turning in your hand. Time is pressed into the coin by fingers, by infinite record of transient torches, each one shaping in some small way. It's worn and worthless, it's spent and broken, and it's beautiful in all things. And so you press the thumb into it, your crooked, callous thumb, again and again, because you're a broken thing, and you have nothing left, that brokenness, but that brokenness and the beauty that shines through. And somewhere nearby, a button is pressed, and all at once, things end and something new begins. And credits. Jump over the Age game. Created and designed by and written by Danton Martin. Character design, art by 𝓥𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻. Music by 𝓢𝓵𝓮𝓬𝓽𝓸𝓻. Additional programming by Dan Collier and Mike Collier. Wait, related? Story and copy editing by Reed McCarter. Published by fellow traveler. Operations Chris White, managing director. Sam Millenberg, finance director. Fiona Murray, finance officer. Sean Hayes Scout. Chris Wolf, BizDev, and Sarah Steppen Gray. Marketing. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of this. I'm gonna let it spin though. The support from Double Jump Communications. So that is the end. I don't think there's any more to the game. Because from what I remember watching from the first game, there's an extensive kind of end after you broke free and then helped the station against. Like, there's a couple ways to end the game from what I remember in the first game. I was just trying to see, has there been any updates to the game recently? Any new information? No, that is the absolute end. Now let me look at the achievements. There was an achievement for completing this game on difficult. Alright, so the 4 hidden achievements is bring bliss. That would have been fun. Bring recruit Fermi, and I'm guessing if fucking Jinmu dies, the fucking I can't really remember his name. Hold on, let me roll up. Yujin dies. You can hire the signal chaser. And then the rarest the second rarest achievement of them all is buy the feed lines. I enjoyed the game. It definitely feels from compared to what I watched of the first game, feels a lot tighter experience. There's a lot less open-endedness about what to do. There was multiple ways to complete objectives in the first game from what I remember watching. But I don't even remember characters. I remember very sporadic characters, but I don't even remember the names. Because it's been years since the first game came out, and then me having to watch it over time. I'm assuming at least 2 of these characters that I met, I believe Annika and Bliss are 2 characters from the first game. From how they talk and how they interact, I'm pretty sure they come from the first game. Nina might also come from the first game, but I'm not 100% sure. I think everyone else though is actually my brain. Anyway, my thoughts on the game, it's good. I do kind of like the setting a lot of like decay and collapse and then trying to make something of the collapse. It is a very interesting setting. If they make a third game, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with it. Because if they're gonna stay in the same system or move it to another. Because the only thing I could think of is placing a sleeper in the middle of the fucking inter-corporate war and having them make their way between two warring factions that don't give a fuck about who's doing their bidding. May it be a sleeper or a person, and maybe Essen Corp at this point's defunct. You never know. Or Essen Corp's just so weak that they can't even like track down their sleepers anymore. That's the only other thing I could think about the setting. That, or there was another station that we're talking about during this entire game that's, I think, deeper in the system. But yeah, letting the corporate war end, I think, is a horrible idea. Even though there's a lot of damage and collateral, as soon as it ends, that corporate war, whoever wins is just going to come back and try to force themselves onto the belt. It is better that there's a constant stalemate of them constantly fighting between each other than anything else. And Cinestat did absolutely have the extreme designs on the belt. Like, from the position at dark side to them fucking around with a convoy drone at Hexaport. If they won that war, they would absolutely want to take all of the belt, regardless of how the belt felt about it. There would be no choice. They would either kill you or you join them. That's just how that would go. But yep, this is the end of the Citizen Sleeper 2. If they ever make a third game, I'll probably check it out. But yeah, that's the end. I'm gonna go pass out now. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a subscription, leave a comment, a like. Maybe head over to my Twitch and Kick and follow me there and say hi. I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day.
The night is young, but it feels so old. A story written, yet never told.